The Stoic art of conversation, mastering the high-value man's approach to women. Navigating the complexities of modern dating can feel like traversing a minefield of mixed signals, emotional turbulence, and superficial interactions. However, there exists a different path, a way of engaging with women that transcends the typical games and anxieties. This path is embodied by the high-value man, not merely in terms of material success, but in his inherent strength of character, emotional intelligence, and unshakable self-worth. What sets him apart is his ability to approach conversations with women using the timeless principles of Stoicism, transforming what could be a source of stress and confusion into an opportunity for genuine connection and mutual respect. This is not about deploying cheesy pickup lines or fabricating an image of coolness. It's about cultivating an authentic presence rooted in emotional control and self-assuredness. This comprehensive guide will unveil 10 essential ways to converse with women like a high-value man, mastering the art of conversation by harnessing the power of Stoicism. By internalizing these principles, you'll not only pique the interest of women, but also establish yourself as the kind of man they actively pursue, a leader who exudes calm confidence and embodies genuine value. Modern dating may be flawed, but with the right approach, you can transcend its limitations and create authentic connections based on mutual respect and admiration. 1. Calm confidence in conversations, the unshakable foundation. At the heart of the high-value man's approach lies calm confidence. If you find yourself reacting emotionally to every word or action from a woman, you've already ceded control. A crucial, and perhaps controversial, truth is that women are drawn to emotional control, not emotional chaos. In a world saturated with social media validation and rampant drama, men who can maintain their composure are a rare and highly sought-after commodity. When engaging in conversation with a woman, never let her perceive you as flustered or insecure. Project an air of calm self-assurance, signaling that you're in command of yourself and the situation. When she tests your patience, teases you playfully, or throws unexpected curveballs your way, maintain your composure, responding with grace and equanimity. The reason high-value men excel in conversations with women is simple. They refuse to react emotionally. Women aren't just seeking someone amusing to be around. They are instinctively drawn to men who can handle pressure, who possess the emotional fortitude to navigate challenging situations. Imagine a scenario where you're on a date, and the conversation veers into unexpected territory, perhaps with a comment that could easily unsettle most men. If you remain centered, offering a smile and a composed response, you've demonstrated more value than any flashy attire or impressive career could ever convey. In any conversation, when you feel the urge to over-explain, justify your actions, or react emotionally, pause, take a breath, and allow your response to emerge from a place of calm control. Observe how your words gain weight and impact when delivered with such composure. This is the essence of calm confidence, the bedrock upon which all meaningful interactions are built. 2. Speaking with purpose, the power of intentional communication. One of the most pervasive pitfalls for men is excessive talking. High-value men understand the importance of intentional communication, refraining from speaking merely to fill the silence. Every word they utter carries a purpose, contributing to the conversation in a meaningful way. They avoid rambling, flooding the dialogue with meaningless chatter. Instead, they speak when it matters, allowing silence to work in their favor. This deliberate approach to communication is often overlooked in modern dating, yet it is incredibly powerful. Silence, when wielded effectively, communicates confidence, signaling that you are comfortable in your own skin and don't require validation or approval from her. In a world where everyone is vying for attention, trying to outtalk and overshare, a man who speaks with purpose stands out as a refreshing contrast. Women are weary of hearing the same tired lines, predictable compliments, and stale routines. Consider this practical example. Instead of resorting to the commonplace compliment of telling her she's pretty, offer a genuine observation about her character or intellect. Say something authentic and impactful, such as, "You have a really interesting perspective. I'd love to hear more." This piques her interest, inviting her to delve deeper into the conversation and fostering a connection based on genuine engagement. Practice speaking less, focusing on listening more than you talk. When you do speak, ensure that your words are thoughtful, meaningful, and purposeful. You'll find that women respect you more when you embrace silence, allowing space for reflection and fostering a more profound connection. 3. Emotional detachment from rejection, the unwavering core. Let's confront the often dreaded topic of rejection. Many men allow the fear of rejection to paralyze them, and when it occurs, they permit it to shatter their confidence. High-value men, however, possess a different perspective. They don't fear rejection because they understand it doesn't define them. They recognize that rejection is not personal and certainly not a reflection of their inherent worth. High-value men grasp the fundamental truth that not every woman will be interested in them, and that's perfectly acceptable. When a woman isn't feeling a connection, they don't crumble or descend into self-doubt. They offer a smile, a polite acknowledgement, and move on. Why allow one interaction to determine your sense of self-worth? Women are inherently drawn to men who remain unfazed by rejection because it signals emotional strength and self-sufficiency. When you're unaffected by rejection, you communicate that your confidence emanates from within, not from external validation. This quality is exceedingly rare in today's society, where so many men derive their sense of worth from the approval of others. If a woman senses that rejection will devastate you, she will immediately lose respect. However, when she observes that you can walk away confidently, even after being turned down, it shifts the dynamic, positioning you as the man who doesn't require her approval to feel good about himself. This is where you distinguish yourself, demonstrating the resilience and self-assurance that women find undeniably attractive. The Stoic man is always prepared to lose, not because he anticipates failure, but because he's not emotionally invested in the outcome of a single interaction. He understands that his confidence is not contingent upon one woman, one date, or one fleeting moment. He's playing the long game, focused on his overall growth and fulfillment, and women can sense this larger perspective. Rejection becomes largely irrelevant because he understands the bigger picture. His emotional detachment makes him stand out, often prompting the woman who initially rejected him to reconsider her decision. The moment you demonstrate that rejection doesn't shake you, you've turned the tables, transforming a potential setback into an opportunity to showcase your unshakable self-worth. When facing rejection, refrain from reacting negatively or emotionally. Instead, offer a genuine smile, thank her for her time, and walk away with your head held high. This is not merely a display of politeness. It's a clear message that you are not easily affected, that you are a man who doesn't place his self-worth in the hands of others. This is a powerful and profoundly attractive message. 4. Maintaining composure in any situation, the epitome of control. How often have you found yourself in a tense situation, perhaps during a date or a disagreement, and felt the urge to explode emotionally? The vast majority of men succumb to this impulse, allowing the situation to dictate their behavior, thereby relinquishing control over their own emotions and how they are perceived. However, it's essential to understand that composure is power, and in today's drama-filled dating landscape, the man who maintains his cool invariably wins. Women are constantly testing men, subtly pushing their emotional buttons to gauge their reactions. The moment you become defensive, the moment you begin to lose your composure, you forfeit respect. High-value men remain cool, calm, and collected, regardless of the situation. Even when the conversation becomes heated or confrontational, they don't break. They maintain their emotional equilibrium. If she's challenging you, stay calm. If she's testing you, don't flinch. Women are drawn to men who can handle themselves under pressure, as this is the hallmark of a high-value man. Practice composure in everyday conflicts, consciously choosing to respond rather than react. The next time someone irritates you, resist the urge to react immediately. Instead, take a moment to compose yourself, allowing some space between the stimulus and your response. You'll find that you feel significantly more control over the outcome, as well as over your own emotional state. 5. Active listening, the art of genuine engagement. We inhabit a world of relentless distractions, smartphones, social media, and a constant barrage of notifications, all vying for our attention. Everyone seems to be in a rush to say the next thing, to interject their own thoughts and opinions. However, there's a simple truth that can fundamentally alter how women perceive you. One of the most attractive qualities a man can possess is the ability to be fully present in a conversation. When a high-value man converses with a woman, he's not just physically present, he's 100% mentally engaged. He actively listens, he responds thoughtfully, and he makes her feel as though she's the only person in the room. This level of undivided attention is incredibly rare these days, and as a result, it's exceptionally valuable. The reality is that most men are simply waiting for their turn to speak. They nod along superficially, but in their minds, they're already formulating their next line, preparing their rebuttal, or strategizing how to steer the conversation back to themselves. However, when you actively listen, without interrupting or mentally rehearsing your response, you immediately distinguish yourself from the crowd. You're signaling to her that you're different, that you're not like every other guy she's ever spoken to. In a world where women often feel unheard, giving them your full attention is a game changer. And it's not just about nodding along passively. It's about making her feel like what she's saying truly matters. Maintain eye contact, offer thoughtful responses, and ask follow-up questions that demonstrate you're paying attention and genuinely interested in her perspective. This level of engagement makes her feel valued and appreciated, creating a foundation for a deeper, more meaningful connection. Practice active listening by putting your phone away, resisting the urge to check it, and preventing your mind from drifting off to what you're going to say next. Just be present, fully immersed in the moment. You'll notice how much more engaged she becomes when she feels you're genuinely interested in what she has to say. This active listening sets the stage for a deeper and more fulfilling conversation, creating a lasting impression that transcends superficial interactions. 6. Stoic body language, the silent language of confidence. Body language speaks volumes, often more powerfully than words. In fact, a significant portion of communication is nonverbal, conveyed through subtle cues and gestures. Before you even utter a word, your body is already transmitting a message, and women are adept at interpreting these signals. The way you stand, the way you move, the way you maintain or avoid eye contact. These all send signals that women pick up on instantly. High-value men command attention not only through what they say, but through how they carry themselves, projecting an air of calm confidence and self-assurance. Are you standing tall with good posture, or are you slouching, conveying a lack of confidence? Are your movements deliberate and controlled, or are you fidgeting, indicating anxiety or nervousness? Is your eye contact confident and unwavering, or are you shifting your gaze nervously, betraying a lack of self-assurance? These seemingly insignificant details contribute significantly to the overall impression you create. Imagine walking into a room, not uttering a word, yet commanding attention simply because of the way you carry yourself. This is the power of body language. High-value men understand that their presence alone can speak volumes. They don't need to fidget, slump their shoulders, or avoid eye contact. Instead, they stand tall, move with intention, and maintain steady, confident eye contact. They project an aura of self-assurance, communicating to the world, "I'm in control, and I'm not easily shaken." Women are highly attuned to visual cues, and they interpret body language more acutely than you might realize. If your body language betrays nervousness, insecurity, or a lack of confidence, they'll pick up on it immediately. However, when you display calm, controlled, and deliberate movements, they sense that you're confident, composed, and completely comfortable in your own skin. This form of nonverbal communication is immensely attractive, conveying a message of strength and self-assuredness that is highly desirable. Another key detail to consider is pace. Men who rush through their movements, whether it's walking, talking, or even gesturing, often come across as anxious or uncertain. High-value men, on the other hand, move slowly and deliberately, their actions measured and purposeful. Whether they're reaching for a drink, adjusting their posture, or turning to look someone in the eye, every movement is executed with confidence and control. There's no sense of hurry, no nervous energy. This calm, unhurried demeanor is a subtle yet powerful indicator of their self-assurance. Pay close attention to your body language, consciously practicing standing tall, making strong eye contact, and moving with intention. Slow down your movements, take your time, and let each action be purposeful. By doing so, you'll instantly enhance your presence and begin commanding the room before you even speak. This will not only make you more attractive to women, but will also shift how you're perceived by everyone around you, projecting an aura of confidence and competence that draws people towards you. 7. Mastering emotional control, the ultimate weapon. We've all been in situations where emotions run high, drama unfolds, and tensions escalate, creating a feeling that you're about to lose control. Most men fall into this trap, succumbing to their emotions, becoming defensive, lashing out, or worse, allowing their emotions to dictate their actions. In those moments, they're not in control, their emotions are, and that's where they lose. However, high-value men don't allow emotions to control them. They understand that emotional control is their most potent weapon. Women are naturally drawn to emotional strength, seeking to assess your ability to maintain composure under pressure. How many men do you know who react emotionally to the smallest provocation? It's a common trait, but when you're the man who can maintain his cool, stay calm, and refuse to be drawn into the chaos, you instantly stand out as an exception. When a woman tests you emotionally, it's not necessarily because she wants you to fail. Rather, she's attempting to gauge your ability to handle pressure, to determine if you're the kind of man who will stand strong in the face of emotional turmoil, or if you'll fold under pressure. If you become emotional, react impulsively, or lose your temper, she'll perceive you as just another guy who can't handle stress. However, if you remain calm, composed, and rational, she'll begin to see you as someone different, someone who's in control regardless of the circumstances. High-value men understand that emotions are fleeting, and getting swept up in them only leads to poor decision-making. The ability to detach from emotional chaos and remain logical is one of the most attractive qualities you can possess. Imagine being in the midst of a heated argument and, instead of raising your voice or becoming defensive, you pause, think, and respond calmly. That demonstrates real strength, the strength of character that transcends superficial displays of dominance. Women desire to be with a man who can protect them, not just physically but emotionally as well. If you're easily swayed by emotions, how can you offer that protection? You need to demonstrate that you're grounded, unshakable, and that no amount of emotional drama can knock you off balance. This doesn't mean you ignore her emotions. Rather, it means you don't let her emotions become your emotions. You remain centered. You stay in control. The next time drama enters the conversation, whether it's with a woman, a friend, or even at work, take a moment to step back, disengaging from the emotional pull. Breathe, stay calm, and respond with logic, not emotion. You'll notice that you not only gain more control over the situation, but you also command more respect from those around you. The ability to rise above emotional chaos is what separates high-value men from the rest. When you refuse to get sucked into the drama, you're not just protecting yourself. You're showing her that you can protect her too, and that's a game changer, transforming you into the kind of man women seek out for stability and unwavering sup. 8. Asking thoughtful questions, unveiling the inner world. Most men ask the same predictable, surface-level questions: what do you do for work? Or, what's your favorite movie? However, high-value men delve deeper, asking thoughtful, meaningful questions that ignite real conversations. They demonstrate genuine interest in the person they're talking to, using questions to create connection and uncover the essence of who she is. Women are accustomed to superficial interactions, So when you approach them with something more meaningful, it catches them off guard. They're used to men skimming the surface, never truly diving into what makes them tick, what truly animates their passions and desires. When you show a genuine interest in her inner world, it signals that you're not like everyone else, that you're not just trying to pass the time or impress her with typical small talk. Rather, you're genuinely curious about her as a person, about what makes her unique. Asking thoughtful questions creates an opportunity for her to express herself in ways that most men don't allow. When you dive deeper, you get to know her on a level that makes her feel seen and appreciated. When a woman feels understood, she's more deeply connected to you. She'll remember that conversation long after it's over simply because you gave her the space to talk about the things that truly matter to her. For example, instead of the ubiquitous, "What do you do for fun?" ask, "What's something you've always wanted to do but haven't yet?" Or "What's a passion you've had since you were a kid?" These kinds of questions prompt her to think and invite her to share a piece of herself that most men never ask about. Skip the small talk, bypass the predictable inquiries, and venture into the realm of genuine curiosity. Ask her about her dreams, her passions, or what truly drives her in life. You'll find that the conversation becomes significantly more engaging, memorable, and authentic, forging a connection that transcends superficial attraction. 9. Confidence without ego, the quiet strength of self-assurance. Confidence is paramount, but it must be distinguished from ego, which is often a relationship killer. High-value men are inherently confident, but they don't feel the need to prove it. They don't boast, they don't try to dominate the conversation, and they don't seek external validation. Their confidence is self-contained, speaking for itself quietly and effectively. This is the kind of confidence that isn't loud or flashy. It's solid, grounded in self-knowledge and self-acceptance. It's the confidence of a man who knows his worth but doesn't feel the compulsion to advertise it. When you exude that kind of energy, women naturally take notice. You don't need to tell her you're great. She can see in the way you carry yourself, in the way you interact with the world. One of the most common mistakes men make is mistaking ego for confidence. They believe that by bragging or showing off, they'll earn respect or admiration. However, the more you try to prove yourself, the more you reveal your underlying insecurity. Boasting about your job, your car, your social status. These things don't impress women. In fact, they often repel them. True confidence is knowing you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You walk into the room already knowing your value, and that quiet assurance is far more attractive than any boastful words could ever be. Women are turned off by arrogance. They can see right through it. They desire a man who knows who he is and is comfortable in his own skin, without feeling the need to shout it from the rooftops. When you're quietly confident, when you allow your actions and demeanor to speak louder than your words, that's when you truly stand out. The next time you're tempted to brag or seek validation, resist the impulse. Let your actions speak for you, focusing on staying humble and letting your quiet confidence radiate. You'll find that women are far more intrigued and drawn to your genuine self-assurance than any ego-driven attempt to impress. When you exude this kind of understated confidence, you'll command more respect and attention without having to lift a finger, effortlessly attracting those who appreciate your inherent worth. 10. End with grace, leaving a lasting impression. Lastly, how you conclude a conversation is of paramount importance and is often where men falter. All too often, men overstay their welcome, clinging to the interaction for too long, thinking that if they persist, they'll eventually say the right thing to impress her. However, the longer you drag it out, the more likely you are to create an awkward or anticlimactic moment. High-value men understand when to end a conversation gracefully, leaving the woman intrigued and wanting more. You don't need to force it, cling to the interaction, beg for validation, or try to squeeze out one last compliment or joke to keep her interested. High-value men appreciate the power of leaving on a high note. When you exit a conversation naturally and confidently, you leave her thinking, "Wow, I want to know more about him." This is how you create lasting impressions, leaving her with a positive memory that lingers long after the interaction has ended. Ending a conversation gracefully doesn't mean cutting things off abruptly or rudely. Rather, it's about reading the room, sensing when the conversation has reached its peak, and wrapping it up smoothly and intentionally. Instead of dragging on and hoping for a perfect moment, you create that moment by leaving at the right time. Think of it this way. It's always better to leave her wondering about you, craving another interaction, than to wear out your welcome and make the conversation feel forced or dull. Women remember how a conversation ends. It's the last impression they take with them. So, when you end with confidence and grace, you leave her with a positive memory that will make her think about you afterward. You're not the guy who tried too hard or overstayed his welcome. You're the guy who left on his terms, gracefully and naturally. Practice ending things on a high note, cultivating the awareness to recognize when the conversation has reached its natural conclusion. Know when to leave, and do it confidently. Offer a genuine smile, give a warm but brief goodbye, and walk away, allowing her to be the one thinking about what you didn't say and wanting to know more. It's always better to leave her wanting more than to stick around too long and risk losing the magic. Conclusion. These 10 powerful principles provide a roadmap for navigating conversations with women like a high-value man, mastering the art of connection through Stoic principles and genuine self-assurance. Remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it, how you carry yourself, and how you handle pressure. Women are inherently drawn to men who are in control of their emotions and don't allow external factors to dictate their worth. Become that man, embodying the strength, confidence, and emotional intelligence that women find irresistible. If you're serious about transforming your dating life and becoming a high-value man, commit to internalizing and applying these principles consistently. The journey to becoming a high-value man is a journey of self-improvement, of cultivating inner strength, and projecting an authentic presence that commands respect and attracts genuine connection. Embrace the process, trust in your ability to grow, and watch as your interactions with women transform into fulfilling and meaningful experiences.